Coach, first set of road games after a couple weeks at home. What's kind of the message of the team? Maybe getting away from home will help kind of break a bit of a drought and see if you can get some wins down in Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that we've thought of it much like that. You have that a little bit on the road at home. But we've played pretty well on the road. I've liked the response of our team this week. Um, Gave them a little extra time off. I just think this time of year we have to, and again had a good practice, and we'll get up and go again tomorrow, and then hit the road. It's not the easiest travel for us getting down there, but I really like the way we have responded. We usually travel well. Again, Arizona team that is so dangerous. Great home environment. People are desperate right now to find wins, and I really do think it's just that's us, and that's us in a nutshell. And we've got to be unbelievably focused and on point, and we've got to get some production from a lot of different players on our team to be successful.
Has there been any consideration of shaking up the starting lineup to see if that maybe gives you guys a bit of a spark offensively?
I don't really think so. I mean, I don't know that that's my nature. You know, I feel good about Bella. I thought her energy level was awesome against Stanford. Scoring against that front line is not the easiest thing to do. Tara's been good. B, I really do think it's just I think she's in a really good spot. Obviously we want her to score a little bit more. We have to get her some touches. I think she's getting some looks from that, high post spot. I just like how she competes every single day in practice. Usually we play better when she's on the floor, whether she's scoring or not. So I'm really happy with our starting lineup. I don't see a better answer on the bench. And again, I think with our numbers the way they are, everybody has a chance, and everybody needs to be ready for us.
When you kind of look at LA in particular, you talked before the season about how good you thought she could be. And I think we've obviously had to see her kind of grow up a little bit very quickly just with some of the injuries to AT and Charlize. But, you look at the last three games, she shot over 50% in all of them. She's been in double figures, I think 20 of 25 games this year. Just how impressed have you been with kind of her maturity and her ability to take on a really big role right away and then really to perform well against some of these elite teams and a schedule full of ranked and tournament teams because of how good the pack is.
I've just been so impressed with her. And then you sit down with her or you see her on a daily basis. I mean, just she has this real, she's loving everything that's happening to her every single day. Nothing is really a bother to her. You ask her to do something, she's like, "Oh, it's good. Yes, I can." Or you ask her to be somewhere, and she smiles and says, "Absolutely." She's killing her grades, and she's so good in the classroom. You ask her if her body's tired, and she's like, "No, no, I feel good. I wore the boots, and I got this," and she's just unaffected and no drama. And the thing that is so impressive about her is she practices at the same speed that she plays. She's not, I come to practice and I'm tired. She's just not affected by some of the things that happen. I think as you get a little bit older or cynical or whatever, she's just an amazing young lady. And her competitive excellence and her desire to be good is really great. It's at a high level. She's being more assertive. You can see that when people take chances on her, she can make them pay. Um, quite frankly, I think she's been our steadiest player this past, little bit this past month. So she's got to keep it up, but she's not affected by any kind of pressure. Like, I don't think we could put pressure on her. We're not sitting around going, "You got to score 24." She's just going to take what the game gives her. She has no agenda other than to help us win, and you just have to love it. Um, she guarded everybody against Stanford. She guarded everybody perfectly. We needed her to be guarding like three different people, and we just couldn't do it in one possession. But but she's not coming in feeling good about herself or thinking she's got it. She just works at her game, and brings no drama to it. I just love it about her, and the only thing that could be better for her right now is if she just had a little bit bigger voice and more comfortable with, play calling and getting that out. But she gets laughed at so much on a day-to-day basis with her accent or saying something a little bit wrong or something like that, that she's probably half afraid to speak. So, but just a great sense of humor and again, can't say enough good things about her.
Coach, I had the chance to talk to LA recently, and she talked about her friendship with Emma Barbero from the volleyball team, and the fact that they're both from Italy and have grown to be such good friends. How important is it for your international athletes to find kind of their community, whether it's people from the same country or just people who have a similar life experience that they can relate to and be friends with, and kind of root their experience here at WSU?
Yeah, I like that question. I mean, I think we speak on that a lot to international parents, knowing that they're leaving, from 8 to 12 to 15 hours away on a plane and they leave their family and obviously it's already a kind of a built-in family when they walk into our basketball team. So you've got that built in. And then you got a little smaller circle like freshmen hang together, and we have 4 freshmen and they kind of travel in that pack. And quite frankly, LA's best friend is Alex, and Alex just takes care of LA in every decision making and making sure that LA's on top of everything and getting everything done. So that friendship has just been such a blessing, I think, for LA and for Alex to have each other. And then you get out a little bit closer outside that, you find the other athletes on the campus that you can relate to clearly from the same country. And I think that's just been such a, just a real relief, a real something that she can count on. I think she's been over to her house a few times. LA says she's not cooking for sure, but they've had great meals over there. So just excited that she can find someone that if nothing else, speak the language and feel at home. She also talks to her family every day. Her sister, obviously, she speaks to every single day. So she's well connected and obviously has a great support system here and back home.
Wonderful. And then you've talked about how, this is a challenging time of year. You took some extra time off this week. How have your underclassmen been handling, particularly your freshmen, been handling this late stage of the season, regardless of how they're performing on the court? How have they been handling this kind of season from a mental aspect and just a life aspect?
Well, I mean, again, I try to talk to them every couple of weeks, and I don't really put things in their minds. I don't want to talk about, oh, it gets so hard now, or how are you gonna do this? I really we continue to leave it in the sense of what a great opportunity, the need for everybody to be great every single time you step on the court, the urgency to play better than we've ever played, given that just a handful of games left for our seniors. Just give them big picture stuff. And, yes, give a little extra time off, making sure they're fresh. But again, it's probably the people that are playing the most minutes that need a little bit rest. Some of our bench players, I don't worry about them so much right now. Other than, not getting down on losing some games and not getting too overwhelmed or feeling like we're not succeeding or we're not getting better. I think that's the biggest thing is just keeping a great attitude and a great spirit and a great mindset of let's bring our best today. And if we do, we have a chance to win, pretty much every time we step on the court.
Have you seen Tara Wallik handle this stage of the season? She's one of, the kind of the senior players, and obviously a junior, but one of the older players, more experienced players in the room, and she's played well, but kind of been. It seems like she's been hard on herself, or at least critical of her performance. How have you seen her kind of handle and balance this stage, playing without Charlize and being one of the leaders in your gym?
Yeah, I mean, I think at times Tara's been just unbelievably steady and just the perfect player. I don't think she scored as much this past weekend. Obviously any kind of scoring we get out of anybody is something we desperately need. But I just love Tara looking for her shot and trying to help us in that department a little bit more. Need her to continue to play to her strengths, though. Again, her ability to kind of score at the rim, her ability to post up, her ability to shoot the three. it leads her into some situations where she's having to deal with traffic, and play off 2 feet and not make mistakes when she gets, double teamed or gets into traffic. I think that's a hard thing for all players to understand how to handle themselves in those kinds of situations. There was a stretch there that I just thought she was as good as anybody on our team doing that. So I think that just has led to not just her, but a couple of other players on our team. It's situations like that have led to some turnovers, and I think turnovers really hurt us this past weekend. And again, if we can just handle the turnover department, I like how Tara's, playing the whole floor game. Her defense has been fantastic. Her improvement this year has just been unbelievable. Her confidence, her her willingness to take big shots and be in those big moments. I mean, she's just unafraid, and I think has a lot of confidence in that. So that's what we need from her. She can't sit back and wait for Charlize anymore or anybody else. It's really got to be on her shoulders, and she's handled that great, and we just need her to continue to do that at a really high level.
Have you had a chance to talk to Coach Smith the past couple of weeks as their team makes a push for the tournament?
No, he's too busy. He's a big shot now. He's got a lot of other obligations. Ooh, it's hard. Sometimes we're just on different time zones and where we are, and it's not like we cross paths very often in and out of if we're over here, they're over at the other gym. So just have reached out and been text messaging, and obviously his wife as well. She's just awesome at staying up with me, and just so excited about what's going on with the men's program. See their players quite a bit in the weight room, but couldn't say enough about Kyle. This staff deserves certainly coach of the year notifications, and everybody's eyes needs to be on that. But I feel really great for them that they're in a perfect spot, and heck, sky's the limit. Winning a Pac-12 championship, getting to the NCAA tournament. We're going to be doing everything we can to support them.
And then final question from me: how excited are you for the Charlie Sedger Walker bobblehead?
Well, I've known about that little thing for a while, and so I loved the little advertisement of social media that showed it to her. Her response is just classic Charlize. I'm just really grateful for our marketing department, for this university to put that out and and there's no one more deserving of having that piece of history. And all I know is I got to get a few of them. I need a few extra, and I got to make sure that I'm taken care of. But proud of her, proud of how she's responded to this injury. She is a giver in every imaginable way. And, she's continuing to try to help us in every possible way. So big night for our seniors, big night for that when they get back, when we have that, but excited for all of them to enjoy the bobblehead night and senior night in that weekend.